despite me thinking it wasn't very good, made it through like 15 or 20 floors on highest instability.
Sheesh.
So it did fine. And I need you to make a team that can beat Uceros.
Ceros. We already have one.
Which one will I have?
Witch Doctor.
Which doctor? Alright, so...
let's see if I remember correctly. Yeah, that is probably my best Ceros team. Because, again, I don't care how many times she casts Flood of Darkness. If we're not the ones cursed...
It's hurting her, not us.
Well, it's not going to hurt. Well, it only affects your enemies. But if we're not cursed, it doesn't matter. And she is cursed. So if we cast it, it's good.
I have lots of plushies.
Like, if she copies our attacks, she's confused and cursed, so it's probably going to work out badly for her.
Since I'm going all in on statues, paintings, plushies,
That's
and flowers, I did get a destructible finally.
That's not destructible. You don't destroy it, you use it.
Yeah, you warp into the portal you play.
It doesn't work.
But it goes away. But since I'm going all in on those, I got rid of a bunch of stuff. To clean it up a little bit. Because you do have a maximum number of things. I have not bought a single one of these yet.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Although they are good, from what I understand.
A lot of them are very good.
Alright, which team am I right now? This is the Paladin team.
I don't know if that would work or not. I wouldn't count on it.
I'm not gonna.
Again, it's not the worst team.
So let's switch.
Crazy Spell Nuke team might be the worst.
Because it would just ricochet and make you sad.
I mean, everyone would die. Well, hopefully everyone would die. If everyone didn't die, I would die. Well, my death is assured.
It's just, is it mutually assured destruction or just your destruction?
Right. And will fewer monsters resurrect afterwards?
Alright, so Witch Doctor.
Yes,
Which has also done pretty well against...
I'm rather confident in this because it's how I've always defeated Uceros before. We already have one Uceros kill.
Oh, well then that tells me. So there's no reason to go above it.
Fragments.
But there's no reason to.
There's no practical benefits.
Okay.
The best practical benefit is at 10. Yeah, you show her. Cactus.
Cactus.
Everything is as it should be. Well, you're super afflicted. But they're dead. Alright, all according to plan.
Alright, I got 2 things there, which is the minimum, right? That just means that you got the coins and the...
I believe you say the coins and mana, yes.
Alright, so that got my prophecy down.
Oh, there's a prophecy to kill a god?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that one.
And then I gotta get some resources, Pandemonium Fortress, and then I'm just gonna try and...
I've been thinking...
and the treasure.
I have several experiments I'm going to try.
Such as?
Mostly involving Cleric and Doombringer, just to see... there's some theories flaring in my head, and I just want to see what works out and what doesn't.
I haven't said it. Do you want me to try and roll for those?
Oh yeah, I'd be fine with that. I mean, it doesn't really require that, because I'd probably do it at very low realm depth. Again, just...
So it's just a test, you're not going to try and...
Right. Unless something really amazing comes in. So, yeah.
So... Paladin.
But yeah, I had a great Cleric idea before, but then I had another idea that I'm almost afraid is too good.
So you don't trust that it's what you think it is?
Either it won't work and also have to result in my other seemingly really good idea, or this is just going to be... It's going to be stupid, I think.
Extra attack, I am not afraid of. Resistant debuff, I'm not afraid.
As for Doombringer...
Heal every turn, I'm not afraid.
I have experiments just to figure out how the hell Doombringer even works. Because it is a very mysterious to me.
Ew, heal every turn is so gross.
What's wrong with heal every turn?
They heal every turn?
Well, I guess it depends on... Well, for Paladin, yeah, it could be...
Yeah, it'd be really annoying. Because that means that you have to wait for their turn for them to do the most damage.
If you have it's like a Team Zero team, it doesn't matter. Paladins
additional attacks isn't a big concern because I'm defending.
I mean, Paladins should be able to handle that. It's just that everything will take
less stat loss. this looks like a good win. So
Bad luck. So I'm curious if he's about to fire. I was more of a build idea than something I want to test. Actually, the correct team, I think, would be one of the teams that has no real need for captain safety. These clear teams are already safe, dude.
well, it depends. Some of those benefits make it okay to deal with things that even the cleric can find frustrating.
If my cleric goes as I'm hoping, I can only think of a handful of spells that would give it trouble.
Also, Witch Doctor, not good against any Sparktails.
That is untrue.
Except maybe the opposite. But I tried several others, and all of the others seem to be pretty dangerous to go
That's
against.
very... That doesn't make any sense to me. How are they hurting me?
Reflect.
Well, why are you hitting me?
I'm not, but
And how are they
like,
reflecting?
what's the
They're
the
reflecting.
courier where it says it does damage to
Oh,
the enemies?
Oh,
Yeah, that is a very important difference.
yeah, I forgot about... Oh, the others aren't thinking
Yeah.
like that.
The other one.
Oh, no, they do... The more damage they take in the stronger.
Yeah.
They're really doing a lot of that to each other.
The biggest
No,
threat,
no,
though,
no,
is still the nature shapeshifter, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've lost several times because I didn't notice it was a nature shapeshifter until I'd used up a lot of turn.
I've lost a shapeshifter master as my wish.
No, not master, just
Yeah, I know.
having them randomly on the teams.
Right.
Yep, it's the biggest threat to this team by
That's what
like
you
a
gotta.
wide margin.
That's what. Yeah. Stop what you're doing and just break out the damage spells.
I know, but if you don't notice it quick enough, you waste a lot of time, and it could possibly get you killed in the meantime.
Oh yeah, it definitely.
Yeah, if you don't notice it quick enough, you're in a world of hurt.
I've also designed mega safety.
Makes the enemies have a bad time.
No. It's just Captain Safety, but you swap the nature shapeshifter for a sorcery shapeshifter. It's just Captain Safety, but he's made to kill Freedom.
Oh.
That's why he
It just
exists.
unheals.
Yeah, makes so all your spells, your damaging spells just heal. And everything. You, the enemy, everyone. So he's Captain Safety, but he makes the enemy get healed also. Which you only want when you're fighting Freedom.
So it's your Freedom counter.
Right.
So really it should be called anti-Freedom. Because otherwise it still functions the way it should.
I guess it's not going to work very well. It's going to give you trouble when you're fighting anything other than Freedom. It's going to make things
Unless
worse.
you can blight them. In which case
True.
it works exactly like you want.
Yeah, but then it's just regular Captain Safety with extra steps.
You're right. Rift Dancers also have the annoying everyone.
Yeah.
So Rift Dancers and Paragons are possibly double-edged swords.
I mean, a lot of them, like Revenants do damage themselves whenever they do stuff. That's definitely so. But yeah, no, Rift Dancers. Yeah, I didn't realize it was everyone for over 100 hours.
Well, you only realized it sounded like when you got here.
Yeah, I never saw it back then. So I just noticed the wording finally.
By the way, the crosshair has to do with Reaper traits, so it must mean that at some
Oh, it
point...
means they're below 35% health.
Yeah, so what ends up happening, it sounds like, is
What the-
when I defend and I get my random trait, I'm getting the Reaper trait, and so that's why that keeps showing
So
up.
you see that you want
But
to slap them.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Although usually when you end up slapping them, it kills them anyway, so it doesn't...
Yeah, but no, Reapers get extra benefit when you slap them.
Yeah, it permanently locks their health up. I mean,
Well, no, I mean, like, it's...
unless they...
And then
boost it
you
again.
can, like, steal their stats for yourself. You can some
Look, it's a reference!
What?
The plant.
What?
The plant.
I don't remember that.
And then you find two emblems in the pots, but only in the one with the dwarfs.
What's it a reference to?
Isn't there one in Undertale where you activate the thing?
I remember activating a plant.
Oh, I thought you did.
Maybe. It's been a while. Yay!
And
Sorcery Plasma. That's a fun name.
Okay, that's the one you were just talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Okay, I mean, I guess if you're not a spellcasting team, that won't get in the way, but it won't do anything then either.
You should also be able to get an achievement for going for a certain number of turns in a row.
My cleric build should be able to have as many turns in a row as it wants.
No, I mean like, if you like
Oh, and
do 2 laps or something.
That's
with your level.
that's 100% luck.
It is, but some of the achievements already are.
Okay.
The vortex.
Speed.
Fiery dude. A
Yeah.
ball for a head.
Yeah, there are 3 spells out there at least that are just
Alcohol.
doomed for clerics.
Doomed for clerics.
Yeah, that will just destroy them utterly, it seems.
Hey, look, it's the guy again.
Mm-hmm. He's everywhere now. I don't know why. They're multiplying.
He's the mascot.
So you can't have it.
Yet. I know. Old face? Okay, there's a car
God.
Wow, that was really bad.
I've had worse.
Well, that's called losing. Hey, it's the worst one. I had to do it 3 times for prophecy and got 0 wins across all 3.
I think I've done it before.
Yep.
There's just worse odds than all the others.
Yeah, it's just trash.
I mean, they're all basically the same game. It's just with a different interface.
But that one has drastically lower odds than everything else. Like by a wide margin. Like by
it really does.
70% or something.
It does feel like.
Yeah, it like I've seen more people complain about it in the chat than I think anything else in the game. Except the E-glitch. I've seen a lot of people comment on the E-glitch. The where you switch windows and it just starts saying E. Yeah.
I don't know if it's bad. I think it's cool.
Unless you're trying to talk to someone and you have to unplug your controller to do it.
Or just yell E at the motherfucker.
No, because you can't type anything else because the E's overriding it.
That is such a funny glitch.
I mean, it's funny for a while. At some point you're like, okay, this is annoying. Ooh, I can get a new heart. Whoa. The heart is that Tenebris gives. I did get new skin.
Oh, I think that's the one with the funny, edgy name.
I got the high-tech automaton skin.
Apparently Regalis use the loss is unreasonably good.
Regalis?
Yeah. Because I finally understand how the Lost works. It's weird, but
yeah, the Lost thing is
she's adjacent to every other monster.
So anything that you have that requires adjacency on either other monsters or the monster itself.
No,
so...
He works one way.
Oh, does it? Only
well, he is adjacent to all monsters,
but they're not adjacent to him.
1 or 2 monsters are adjacent to him.
I see.
Which works
so
well
it's more important to make an adjacency
generally
an everybody instead of an adjacent.
Generally the Lost will receive, but he will not give. So with Regalis it means if you fuse them, Regalis will get the traits from all of your other monsters, but they won't give it. Otherwise it would be pretty useless because she just give out a whole bunch of her trait, which wouldn't do anything.
Did somebody say riddles? it's gonna be a gnome.
A
But it's
dwarf.
actually a dwarf, but it's a gnome.
Dwarf. Cool.
Alright, so 1 rune, 2 runes, and the mechanic.
The ultimate version of the Fake Matter would require Maraxis, but he's a god I wouldn't be comfortable fusing with anything.
Why?
Just because I don't know. Unlike regardless, I don't know of a perfect fusion partner.
What is his thing?
I think your stat gains can go twice as high before suffering diminishing returns.
Well, I mean, if there's some sort of trait that also involves stat gain, then they would be consistent.
Yeah, they're probably be good, but I'm privileged one will always where you always want this trait when you're using Maraxis for anything. Like with
I'd have to look through all the stat gain, but I could probably tell you whether it would be the best.
like with Aurum, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel the Arcus Vulpus is a pretty dang solid one that you're always going to want if you're using an Aurum. And with Regalis, the Lost is the Besh.
Babish. I got their skin. Well, I got one of their skins.
Oh, Regalis, and she'll make creatures that share her class share traits, so you almost want a Regalis of every class. But that's too many.
Or have a team that's all one class.
Yeah, but some teams are easier to get working on one class, on a certain class, than compared to another.
A spell that makes everyone the same class.
No, because the traits are shared at the start of battle. There's no use changing classes after. Heck, even if you don't change class at the start of battle, that takes place after the trait sharing skill. To explore the honorary golems and friends build.
So then, what good is it? Because most of the time you have a team with at least 2.
Huh? I've made very good teams of just single class.
Traditionally, they're either chaos or sorcery. Right?
For me, yes. For me, yes. Thankfully, the Lost is chaos.
Well then, yeah. So, and what does it do?
Regalis?
Yeah.
All of your creatures that are of the same class as Regalis share their trait with adjacent creatures.
So, it's also good because not only does it give to Regalis in all cases, it also gives to each of your monsters at least 2 of them.
Except for the ones at the edge. Who will receive 1.
Oh, they don't count as adjacent.
It doesn't
Well,
wrap
it
around.
It doesn't.
That really bothered me subconsciously, but...
Maybe a thing to mention.
Why can't you just, have your creature, stand around in, like, a ring?
Or a box, like theirs are.
I think their adjacency only works left and right.
Yes.
So that would be worse, actually.
I'm just saying, if you had it that way, you could justify that at least.
I think it's also a balance. But yeah, no, it's still pretty good because there are several traits to look at. The only reason I would use it is because they only affect the monster with that trait. But if they could share it, and of course, if you use it off the Lost, all of a sudden regardless, like 8 traits.
Unless you're on one of the maps that has a maximum number of additional
Right.
traits.
But I think there's some pretty dumb things I could do with that. Like the fun kind of dumb. Not the bad kind.
Well, the other thing is, you could have a, like, elite Regalis, and then have a couple of extra Regalis for specific circumstances that aren't going to be quite as much dedicated stats.
Right.
Because you're not going to be able to, I mean, without hours and hours and hours of doing it.
Upgrade.
Yeah.
But I mean, getting those traits would not be a big deal.
Yeah.
It just take a key.
Which I've decided what I will do is I will farm the keys when you're not here, and then we'll do the god things when you're here.
That's fine by me.
Then if you have a cool new idea, we can try it out and see how it works. You
My
think,
cleric build works. It should be able to get Lister and Siralim without much trouble. Apparently on my file, my witch doctor managed to take down Perdition. I don't know how, because he looks spooky.
So the biggest thing with the cleric team, though, for the most benefits, is you don't want to, in a longer battle, ever go below on health. Because if they die, there still is the cap, if it's a long battle, on how many times they can run.
Right. So I'd like to do a long battle, you're probably not going to do it. But, well, unless you make a build like one of my builds where you just die and resurrect repeatedly to proc weird effects.
And so, which one's the 100 turns no matter what?
Morse.
Morton?
Yeah, the one who takes only 1% damage per attack. That's not 100 turns, but 100 hits.
So, would the cleric be good for that too? Because you don't have to worry quite as much about taking damage that many times?
The way I see the cleric build working is it will grow in strength rapidly as the battle progresses. So no, a battle of attrition is
fine for it.
Yes. They're not a Reaver, but they're still gonna do pretty well.
So you think that build is good for that?
Yes.
Okay,
And
I have a question about this.
Darkstalker, that's the thing.
If you buy the heart before you start the quest, have you just wasted them, or does it count towards the quest?
No.
It does not?
No and no. You can't.
You
It won't
can't.
let
Oh, it will tell you
It'll
you
say
can't buy
you-
this
it'll-
until
yeah,
you
it'll say-
start the
yeah.
quest.
Yeah. So it can't hurt you, but it can't help you out.
But it does rescue you from wasting hours of getting coins.
Correct. It will not let you hurt yourself.
That is a very good anti-frustration technique.
It will just say you can't use this yet. I tried to buy it first when I was first getting Alakadang.
Alakadan?
You don't have Fnatic Guy yet either.
You what? No, Alakadan.
You don't have the Fnatic Guy unlocked either.
Oh, I didn't mess with it yet.
Oh. Why are you prioritizing Darkstalker?
I just want to get all of them as soon as I see them, so that way I can have one and it'll be in the book. Book. Alright, so indirect damage is not good. Less indirect damage is like the worst thing to have on a paladin map.
Paladins really like their indirect damage.
Yeah.
At least if you're like a pyromancer, they love indirect damage, but they also like doing direct damage too, because they'll have like a bunch of volcanoes and stuff.
Yeah, like you put so much into health on your setup that
See, my
indirect damage is almost the only way to damage.
my theoretical cleric build should have excellent levels of. Oh shoot, those golems are stacking, sharing their stuff, and they're doing the funny things because of it.
Is that
Yeah.
an Inquisitor golem?
Not just Inquisitor. The golems are sharing their traits. There was a.
Oh, they're haunted, that's right.
Yeah, that golem was secretly a bee all along.
A wasp.
They were like piloting the golem.
It's a Hymenopteron. But it is a wasp. Oh no, I punched a whole group of people out of that one!
Oh no, it's a siren. Oh no, they're all in your sights.
Wait, a siren at the middle of battle doesn't matter,
Depends on the
does it?
siren.
But for a lot of them it doesn't, because
The
it's
one that
at
makes-
the start of
The
battle.
one that makes you confused at the start, that's fine. The one that makes so your attack or intelligence are equal, whichever is lower, that's bad. That's always bad.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of it ASAP.
Except maybe for my cleric build, which again, is supposed to have really high stats that aren't speed.
And this,
Oh, a paladin.
yeah, because you don't really focus on either attack, or
You just wait for them to kill themselves.
yeah, you just wait for them to bonk you until it
Oh
bonks themselves.
no, you're in Golem World. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
I did it on purpose. I knew it. But I gotta kill him sometime.
That Golem was a Krampus. That one was a cow.
Krampus is
Devil.
devil. Oh, I need to summon. I have another
One of the races I keep forgetting exists.
fake water
Ah!
bean.
Yeah,
A fake Wataboo. I need to summon it
a
again.
Mogwai.
Yeah. Because they're really good, and so I want to make
seem
sure to have them.
very appealing.
Yeah.
Probably wants
Anything that focuses on speed as an attacker, pretty good.
I
Because it
really
increases
want to-
your...
to try working. Whenever he attacks, he'll cast like 3 random arrow spells he has equipped. And arrow spells are powered by speed arrows.
So, is fusing Mogwai like a really good idea for it?
I think it's redundant because his thing already benefits a lot from speed.
Oh, so he's just a good, harmonious member of the team.
Right. He'd be good on wind running, which looks for things that benefit from it.
Yeah.
He's got increases.
Yeah, so actually both of them would probably be ideal for him.
If I were to use something off the top of my head, I don't know. I want to slot his weapon with What?
They want to have additional attack because they're just vibrating like
War
crazy.
Golem. Martaxia. Yeah, because then when he attacks, he casts, and then he attacks, and then he casts, and then he attacks, and he casts until
He runs out of casts.
or he hits the. Actually, yeah, he'd run out of fuel pretty quick. Also, one of the,
You can see its health is like...
and one of the arrow spells I think kind of sucks.
And so just don't equip him.
Good. I think it's exploding arrow. If you cast on something that has bomb, it makes the bomb detonate immediately.
So it's only useful if you actually set it up, but
Yeah.
most of the time you can also just
Let the bomb
wait for it to do its job.
Yeah. And most of the things aren't going to have bomb on them most of the time. Yeah, we don't
Unless you specifically have something that sets that up.
yeah, thing with Apocalypse, you wouldn't want to use him with the Martax well, because then he would be chaos and the arrow spells are nature.
I mean, it depends on if you need to put 2 things onto each arrow spell. Because you can make anything a chaos spell.
Yeah.
You told me that.
I mean, obviously, there are a lot of really good things you put on the arrows, like extra casts, since you might end up casting a heck of a lot. His ultimate spell also like makes him spam a bunch of arrow spells.
So what you're saying is you really need to figure out what the best nature type spell is. Or nature type thing you
Yeah.
specific.
I know one of the imps is a terrifying synergy with him. The one that
As
gives-
an ally or as a...
as an ally. Because I don't know if you think because I don't feel like there's no use increasing the Apocalypse's intelligence, which imps are great at.
I can be an imp boy now.
Yes, but yeah, the one that makes it so single target nature spells have a chance to hit all of them. Guess what arrow spells do?
So,
Oh, kind of is a centaur, because they like to attack when certain things happen. My favorite being the Wrangler, which attacks an enemy whenever they cast a spell, which I imagine is something that happens very frequently.
I like the... For, sorcery, right? All summons are, more or less.
No, but that one is. Most of them aren't. but
Oh
that
yeah,
one
most
is.
of them are death, I guess, aren't they?
Yeah.
To go with the Inquisitors.
Living Weapon and Living Spell Gemmer, Sorcery, and Spider Instinct. All the others are,
Yeah.
I think including the new one.
What's the imp one though? Oh yeah, you just said it.
There are other ones, but that's the one that really makes me go, woo! Yeah. Get ya.
Let's see. It exploded as soon as it came out.
Oh no, there's snakes and hands everywhere! Whoa! An underground guy was in him! already underground.
Yep. Just like
Like, investigate this.
why?
I want to see if they still count as gold.
Yeah. They do
Nobody's
qualify
in-
as gold. Up there, at least.
That's his creature type, but his race is in there.
Oh, yes.
Oh no, but he still has the golem trait. That's what's
Yeah.
important. Yes. Okay, so no, onto golem. Good work. Level.
Yeah.
It just makes things really silly because you have you. I'm gonna try fitting some server on my
Ooh, I
teams.
got an asteroid card.
From fighting only golems.
Yep.
Oh,
Increased crit chance. That's not bad.
it's not great either. It is non-negative. Whoa! You're not golems. You're fun.
Are they chips?
Chips, they're all green.
Because you
So
chips.
maybe.
How many chips? Creepers.
Didn't know it'd make everybody green.
Creepers.
Really.
Divination is white. Wait, no,
What?
it's not.
Oh. I guess sorcery then.
Blep.
Yeah, you had the same thought I did. No!
Let us Emily. Emily's our nature. Blep.
Boom! Hoopla! Raocow is actually having fun with Sonic 06.
Well, has he gotten to the Sonic Speed sections
Yeah, it's
that
the
are
first
notorious?
that's the first level.
No, I mean the notorious ones.
Yeah, it's the first level.
Oh, the first level has the like really bad one.
Box speed section, yeah.
What's the train level?
Oh, that's...
Because that's the one I've been told is like
Yeah, he hasn't gotten there yet.
is like the joy ruiner of everything. Like the other ones are bad, but that one's like turn off the game because it's rage-inducing bad.
I'm gonna be fair, he's been laughing at me. Because he died several times in the box speed section, which of course results in Sonic breakdancing off into the horizon, and Raocow enjoyed that.
But there's also a lot of cringing to happen in that. I mean, am I wrong?
Raocow didn't cringe.
You just thought it was funny?
He was just laughing how this looks like the Windows XP default background. For that area is just the Windows XP background, and
The
then
loading?
no, like the cutscene where Sonic and Lisa are running is I think Josie has the cringiest. Of the cutscenes.
Oh, the awkward furry relationship situation.
Yeah, where it first becomes really apparent that's what's going on. There's a scene where, like a butterfly lands on Sonic's nose, she sort of leans in excitedly, and then for some reason says, "I don't know why, but that she's just going to lean in and eat the butterfly." Everyone's just like, the comments are all just like, "Lol, what?"
That's like in Toy Story 3. Okay, so you know enough about innuendo to at least get this situation.
Bro,
Toy Story 3. We were watching Toy Story 3. I told my parents I wanted them to watch it because I thought that they would find it really heartfelt and sweet. And we get to near the end. There's a point that is a very heartfelt scene to me, and it really, really got to my heart. Like,
and they eat the butterfly.
And then my mom, while sitting there in this very dramatic moment, goes, "You had a Woody, didn't you?"
Damn it.
And I was like, why would you say that at like the worst, most like emotional time? And she didn't even see what happened, and I was like, I'm so disappointed.
Just for a throwaway joke like that?
No, like she was actually thinking about if I had the toy or not.
Oh.
And she totally no-sold the moment because she just like was not even paying attention. And it turned into a really awkward innuendo in the middle of it. And I was like,
Heck.
really? You picked now of all of the times this movie's been on screen for like an hour and a half
I
now.
think I know that feeling.
And I was disappointed.
Yeah, whenever something stupid happens, but I kind of just think it's hilarious.
What waste the
Hey, like, again, though, I guess the... No, he hasn't beat some of the rage parts, he just seemed to mute. Like, the silver fight.
Yeah, but the silver fight is very lucky.
No, it's not like this at all.
Oh, is it you just can't get hit once and it... If
No,
you
it's
do,
just...
over?
No, it's just you wait, you just keep your distance and wait for him to do the attack he does and keep your distance, and then you just run in and hit him and then back off and just... It's pretty consistent to do that.
Oh, I thought it was just sometimes if he hits you, it's over. And
That
then
is
that's it.
true. But if you wait for him, if you don't attack him until he's attacking, he'll never catch you.
You come to him, you can't get any mount.
Nope.
There's two of them.
And so weird. They just show up like this. You know, he always got caught in an infinite loop of just getting forced to collect his ring over and over and over again. He broke out. No, he seemed genuinely amused. He didn't know how to beat him. He just eventually managed to work it out.
Well, he's decent at problem solving.
Right. But no, he got... Like, that seems like a very frustrating boss if you don't know what to do.
Oh, for sure.
And he had a lot of those just matches where, no, he was already dead and there was nothing he could do and he could tell. And that's normally when you get frustrated, but he didn't for some reason.
Well, that's one thing I do have to credit him for, is there's a lot of times where he will go quiet, but isn't frustrated.
He wasn't that quiet either.
No, I just mean, like, when it comes to segments where I would be angry, he might go quiet, but he doesn't get frustrated. It takes a special type of bad for him to get frustrated. Like,
Alex 3's had a lot of those.
there's...
We'll see early on.
Well, of course, early on. There's Mariari did it.
Well,
Mariari did it to the point where he stopped playing it,
He
period.
reached his limits.
Yeah. And then two different Super Metroid situations had it. Once the actual game and once in one of the hacks.
Hey, we played Super
I'm pretty sure, yes. I think it was regular Super
That's a
Metroid
long
and
time.
in one of the hacks.
Yeah,
And then...
usually, yeah, Angry Cow, like, 2 or 3 times per series, usually. You know?
I can't think of what the other one was. But yeah, they're most of the time, the things that seem infuriating or frustrating to me, he seems pretty capable of know something.
Yep, and you have him
yeah.
with you.
Oh,
That-
you have to keep him on the team, that's right.
That's always what gets me, because my team never has one. I don't want to be bothered switching around just to do that. And I guess once you get Fnatic, you get Roy, but you just can't use it. Or maybe you can't get it until you...
Yeah, no, you can't until you have him.
A guy actually messaged me asking me for my Witch Doctor build, and now he asked me what annoyance I use for it. I'm like,
I don't have any yet.
eh.
Yeah, no, the guy, yeah, he asked me too, I explained the one. And,
He's the guy who wanted the save data, and we couldn't get him.
Oh. Well, yeah, I gave the information on the Witch Doctor setup to him.
Oh,
and,
it's weird because he asked me to give it to him.
well, that's because at the time I didn't remember what it was, and then I later private messaged him the information.
Leaves.
I have not seen a single treasure golem while I've had this piety setup. No rebirth. It's the worst. It's so bad. It's annoying.
Well, it's not the worst.
No, it's not the worst, but it's annoying. It's very, very annoying. I also don't like that it can also be a hidden property.
Oh, hidden properties. If there weren't hidden properties, RI5 wouldn't be a big deal.
Well, I don't even mind the hidden properties that are sometimes really risky. I just don't like the ones where it's just like annoying for annoying's sake in the end.
I mean,
Most of the times, if you can kill an enemy normally,
I don't like the ones that are just your build doesn't work.
yeah, stat swap.
Right, status. I've seen one where it's status effect confused, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I've
my
seen stat
God!
effect.
It's a rare build if you shove that out. Yeah.
But But, like, Resurrect, if you can defeat the enemy normally, most of the time you can defeat it resurrected. There are times where that might be enough enough extra challenge that it could not go in your favor. But usually if you can take out the enemy, you can take them out when they've resurrected as well.
Oh, that's the thing that happened recently that just upset me. It wasn't even a hidden feature, it was just enemies are always fused with a certain race. Once that was Sirens, I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to be on this floor anymore, and I just got here.
Yep.
Because Sirens, I feel like they're just there to torment you.
These ones are aspects, which is also really fun.
Yeah, if you're attacking, yes. Yes, it is. But yes, if you're an attacker, if you're a caster, no, Sirens, nuh-uh, you don't want it.
The,
You can actually handle it, but a lot of things can't.
Yeah, no, the Paladin is really good for a lot of the things that throw you for a loop. I think that's why it works so well for RI5, is
Simple
because...
doesn't like stat shuffle.
No, it probably would be really bad with stat shot. Well, no, because isn't health not part of the stat
Oh,
shifting
right,
thing?
right. I was thinking of defense. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, no, you have a hit point. That's a Paladin thing that happened.
Yes.
Rarely you see so many of the number one. That's a green guy. Oh,
Yeah, but I'm gonna fight these guys first, including a beach.
it's an ugly beach ball.
It's happy, though.
You're saying I think the Watchers weren't just unusable. I guess I can only think of two of them, but there are a whole two of them.
I mean, there are whole sides where it seems more like they're more threatening as an enemy than they are on your own team.
I guess specifically, I think the Hell Watcher thing is the one I just look at and I think, no, actually, these are favorite Watchers, the one I just can't back with Sentinel.
Sentinel. I forget what to do.
The more living creatures you have in your opponent, the more damage it does.
Oh. Well, but,
See, early
but the
on,
biggest thing with that is, even like with my Paladin or the Witch Doctor team, it means that when you get down to the last one, if it keeps looping, you have some sort of extra effect on it.
Right, but that said, at that point, you're already in an advantage stance.
I have lost to one thing before. For sure.
Well, I mean, we all have. But that's still a pretty niche situation. It feels like a win more. Whereas
To me,
I
it
guess
seems
that,
like a get rid of the really pesky thing that isn't going away.
Whereas the Hell Watcher, I guess, could be some sort of comeback mechanic, but not a very good one. No, the one you I use the Hell Watcher thing. I look at it and think, I bet a conventional Purgatorian would love this if they like to be most undead anyway.
This one's gonna have to wait until we use up all the resurrects, I think.
But yeah, no, of course, my favorites are the ones that only have really high intelligence or really high defense, because just specialize your build for them. Ones that want you to have more sorcery creatures, that's easy. Ones that want you to have a bunch of sorcery spell gems. Incidentally, when I do that, I always try to make sure it's not sorcery itself, because I'm an evoker when I do that.
Say that one more time.
Oh, just one of the Watchers really wants to have a lot of sorcery gems.
Oh, but yeah, you want to use
The best
non-typed spell gems to
Right.
get more benefits.
And the Evoker is the best for because they have more gem slots. So they'll be able to hit the 300% limit easily and reliably.
I mean, it's useful, but it seems like one of the weaker masteries.
Yeah, everyone gets one free hit.
Yep.
Crusaders are already good at getting shelled anyway. At least one of us.
Well, also Crusaders are good at not
Yeah.
dying anyway.
Right, they're very tankish.
They're the ones that have the defend and provoke at the end of your turn trait, which is defensive and provokes at the end of turn.
Oh, that's a race I hadn't considered for the cleric build.
Crusaders?
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I forgot they existed at the time. Yeah, no, I don't need them.
No, Crusaders are best for a Siege Master.
Oh.
Because they're all about not taking damage. They're very good for Siege Master, I'm pretty sure.
I might be able to get a near infinite healing.
But will your turn? That's an important aspect of a.
Once I hit the aggro, when it reaches the point where it isn't infinite, it's like a luck base, or it hits the healing per turn limit, so it's pretty much every action is limited.
Do you know what the healing per turn limit is?
It's probably 15 per creature.
Oh, just 15 casts.
Or 15 healings received in a turn.
Is it a single creature or your whole team?
A single creature. It all depends on how the... And if it works, I finally found a use for a Soul Flare. Which is a race I keep forgetting about, but I also realize...
The dominant.
Yeah, I just...
It's one where the creatures are interesting designs, but
I mean,
their
they're
traits make them not...
They all feel like either just not good or the traits, a good trait, heavily watered down.
Mhm.
And of course, then there's some where if one of your dominant creatures die, they all die. And I'm like,
Yeah. No, I do
Oh.
not understand the purpose of it outside of Purgatorium.
I think it's very funny, but yeah, I can't think of another. Even in a Purgatorium, I don't know if they want all of their creatures to die. Well, I guess all the creatures are single things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just make the... Or I guess the animator also could.
I wouldn't want to rely on that as much as I would as a Purgatorium.
I'm just saying, if all the power goes to the animatus that way, then...
Yeah. Still, an animatus can still gain benefits from the traits of your other creatures. A Purgatorian has the unique benefit of their creature's traits are still active while they're dead. Animator doesn't have that. It's also one of the traits that can't be an anointment.
Because it would be too
I
overpowered?
think
or
so.
what?
I think so.
So what you're saying is the Purgatorian has to take a lot of L's to get its main plus.
Yeah, it's not you have to, it's a weird one. I've made it work, not well optimized, but I made it work. And again, there's, when your plan involves dying, it's a lot harder to feel threatened. Oh no, deer everywhere!
Yep.
They should look. But yeah, there are 4 class specializations that really don't give annoyance, and those are Animatus, the Animator, the Grove Tender, the Spellweaver, and the Roar.
So 2 of them it is because they have a unique creature that's supposed to be on their team. 1 is because it's the one that gets anointments and doesn't have anything to give
Right.
really.
The Royal only has 1 perk, and that's you have more perks, more anointments. And I don't know why the Spellweaver doesn't get it, except they have like, like 3 annoyance out of their like 16 perks. And I noticed that
I think it's because a lot of them really kind of require you to already be Spellweaver, because a lot of them overlap to be able to get that money system.
I mean, like half of the monks revolve around one of its perks, which lets you like counterattack on dodge. Half the paladins things revolve around retribution, and those are all multiple.
Although, if you get the monk's counterattack on dodge, it might work really well with the paladin.
If you get
Because if you don't take damage or you do take damage, then
it only counts. It doesn't count. Just because you don't take damage doesn't mean it was a dodge.
I know, but I'm saying specifically if you do avoid the hit, you're still doing damage, whereas normally dodge would be kind of inconvenient for a paladin.
Mind you, that would mean you also have to spec hyper speed, so you can dodge or get AoE. I guess that would substitute for speed for dodging.
Yeah, because isn't it like a guaranteed 50% dodge chance?
No, it's a 100% dodge chance. And you take 50% more damage for things that do hit you.
Oh, so spells would still be retribution damage, and then...
Yeah.
Which actually would be really useful, because you're taking additional damage, which means more retribution damage. So Aeolian would be pretty good for a paladin team if you had the monk anointed.
Okay, I'd be less useful for monks since they're probably already dodging everything. Because they invested so much into it. But yeah, the Spellweaver has only 3 anointments, and ironically, it's 3 perks that I actually kind of like.
The casting up and down.
Yeah, that stuff. You also cannot get anointments that are that make you just immune to silenced or scorned.
Because it usually is way too overpowered if it's not around the class that specifically focuses.
You can't get anointments that just move you up on the timeline. That makes sense.
Although not being able to get the unable to be silenced and scorned means that one of the better perks that you could benefit a Hell Knight for, you can't get.
Right. If you want to be immune to scorn, you're going to have to actually be a Hell Knight. Whereas I think they're like 3 classes.
Oh, is Hell Knight immune to scorn?
Yes.
Oh, well then never mind.
And there are like 3 specializations that are immune to silence. Kabbalist, Evoker, and Rune Knight. Because without casting, they're all kind of useless.
And Rune Knight is like one of the trickiest to set up from what I understand.
I'd say that would be probably the Spellweaver, except I don't know if it's possible to set that up to be practical.
Well, I've just been told that Rune Knight, a lot of people, they're like, I think I got a team, and it loses every time. And so it's not a good team. Like,
I mean, I made a Rune Knight team that goes and it takes out gods at like difficulty 6.
I thought you said you didn't try to.
I have, but Rune Knight, for me, is a lot like Spellweaver, but better. In that they have a whole lot of perks that I look at and I think, you know what, I'm just going to pretend this perk doesn't exist.
Oh, it's useful if it happens, but I'm not thinking about it.
No, it won't. Unless you build it. And I think my build would suck if I did. I'm not even going to try. You know how the Rune Knight works?
No, I don't know anything about it. I've never used it because I was told it was kind of confusing to use.
It is if you try and use
Everything.
most of the stuff. Basically, it has 5 unique spells. 1 for each class. And at the beginning of battle, each of your creatures is given the spell of its class. The spells are almost the same. They do large damage. They have 20 casts, which is a hell of a lot for an ethereal spell. And they do large damage to a target. And trigger on attack effects. They're powered by the stat associated with that class.
Oh, so it's attack based for chaos, etc.
Yeah. And eventually the perks that make so they all have magnetic and stuff like that. And they all have defense penetrating and magnetic. There's a perk so the more you cast, the more likely it is to hit all enemies instead of 1. And the more you cast a given rune, it starts giving bonuses to actions associated with that class. Like the more you cast the rune of Sa, which is sorcery, with the letter S. The stronger spells are, the more you cast the rune of Chaos, the stronger attacks are, which is a problem because you're casting a spell still. What?
I keep resurrecting.
Oh. So yeah, the only rune that really surveys well with itself is sorcery.
Yeah, because it's about casting.
Yeah, it's 1 spell. The more you cast in a fight, the better it gets. It starts always hitting everyone for pretty good damage. It's magnetic, so yeah, all your creatures are sorcery. They all have it. So yeah, I just built a spam casting team, which happened to be an all salamanders team, and they do nothing but cast Rune of Sa. Actually, they defend. They always defend.
Which casts automatically.
Yes. Because I make sure not to have any other spell gems equipped so that they will cast that.
Yes.
Once I accidentally had a trait equipped that gave me more spell gems, they ruined everything. Because then they cast not the Rune of Sa. So I fixed that. And no, it's good, consistent damage output. But there are perks for the Rune Knight give you a special bonus if you cast all 5 runes in the same fight.
So it's like color blast.
Except I don't think they have to be manual. So I'll give it.
So what you're saying is that Spellweaver is one of your least favorite classes.
Yes. Yes. I don't like it. I don't understand it.
And it
I don't
seems like to get the most out of it, you're taking a lot of time per fight, which kind of pulls away
The
from
way I see it, the best way to play a Spellweaver is to be an Evoker and take some annoyance from Spellweaver. That's how you play a good Spellweaver, is be an Evoker instead. You get all the good parts of the Spellweaver.
Well, all of the practical parts.
Yeah!
Because, again, the Color Burst, or whatever it's called, is cool, it's just, it's unreasonable.
I have cast Color Wave twice. The red and the green one. And the Chaos Color Wave, I don't even remember. Just it does a lot of damage, but it didn't even completely and utterly annihilate my enemy, which is what I would expect from a spell to take 6 manual actions to set up.
And so there's 5 versions of Color Wave?
Yes, depending on the class of the caster. One just as a... Well, they all do the thing you associate with that class. Chaos just being big damage blast. And I also
What's
cast...
the sorcery?
I don't... Check. I know Nature's is it just... It gives you big stab ups all over, which I think...
So then that would probably mean sorcery is major debuff for the enemy.
I think that's death.
Oh yeah, death would be debuff for the enemy. Life would be really big healing, I would imagine.
Which sounds kind of lame.
Because if you're doing that well, you clearly don't need to heal. Because you've gone through like 6 turns.
And also, I feel fully healing isn't probably that hard if you've got someone optimized for it. But it's only good if you can benefit from overheal, but you're not a cleric, you're a spellweaver. Unless it gives you a heckin' barrier, which is worse, I guess.
The other thing is that most of the classes where there's a major flaw, it's because nothing persists after battle. Because if you could keep those things and collect them for, like, say, if you're preparing for a boss fight, then that would be good. But most of the time, you want your battles done within, like, 3 turns anyway, so 6 turns is so long.
Let's see. Oh, you could get in 1 turn if you're extremely lucky. There's a perk that gives you 5 random infusions, or what they're called, at the start of battle. If you happen to get 1 of each class, it's Color Wave right off the bat, first turn.
Was that how you did it?
No. But I guess what you do is you need all the classes of spell jump. And you just look for the holes in your infusion and miss. It actually has a little thing to the left side of your screen on the heads up display to show you what infusions you have. Yeah, it and Windrunner I think are my least favorite classes. It isn't that they're least fun, but... Well, no, actually it is. I have the most trouble seeing how to make them fun.
Because you spend so much time worrying about a spreadsheet and not as much about playing the game.
No, the spreadsheets are part of the fun.
No, I mean, in this case, you're spending more time reading about what you're doing than actually doing what you're doing.
I mean, that's the case for just about every class. Sorry. Mentally spreadsheet on that work. Well, the problem is I keep spreadsheet out and I just don't see it getting it. I can't see anything useful. My spreadsheet just fails. I might just be missing something, but I can't imagine what. Because casting 5 manual spells means taking 5 turns. I can't think of any way around that.
Yep.
That's what a manual spell is. I don't like dream.
Well, wait. But if you get 5 off the bat, then that means that some of the time you'll just already have it.
Yes, which is nice.
And so I think that it's more, as you said, need to play like you're not going to get it, but that you could get it.
Okay, here we go. Colorway. Chaos variant. Target takes a devastating amount of damage. It's only single target.
Which is also important.
Plus 50% more damage for each chaos infusion you have. Okay, so
If you had
If you
exactly
sit on
the
it,
minimum.
it
then-
does just that. But if you sit on it for a while, it gets... you don't need that much power. Really good. Death variant. Each enemy is afflicted with 3 random debuffs for one more for each infusion you have. 3 debuffs is a lot. That said,
By the time that you get it, you should have already done quite a bit of debuffing anyway.
if you cast Affliction twice, that's 4 debuffs.
Yeah.
Which is...
2 turns instead of 5.
and then 6 for the colorway itself. Oh my god, yeah, that's... I mean, I guess you sit on it for a while? No. Life is... your creatures each gain 5 random buffs, plus 1 more per infusion. Alright, that's a lot of buffs.
But again, Cleric, I can do it in 1 turn, basically.
Yeah, I mean, there's limits 15 buffs you can receive. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's...
That's cool.
cool boy, with teeth for legs.
Oh, I need to summon Waterroot before I forget.
Nature is...
What's its name again?
Mogwai.
So, it's...
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, nature, your creatures gain a large amount of stats, plus 50% more per infusion. With a large amount of stats, they gain a large amount of all stats. That sounds nice. There's nothing really that does that, right?
15% points of all stats?
No, just a large amount of all stats, plus 50% more per nature infusion.
Yeah. Hello? Okay.
Oh, sorcery is each of your creatures casts one of their spells, plus 1 more for each infusion.
Is which one?
Sorcery. Everyone casts at least 1 spell. That's not bad. Everybody casting a spell.
The only question is...
No, they have nothing to preserve your charges.
Yeah, so... It seems like, again, you're mostly saving that for boss fights, and otherwise you're just specking for the other benefits and not worrying about the things at all. And are there things that you can use those things for other than the colorway?
Let's see. Yeah, your creatures have 5% more of an infusion's respective stats for each infusion you have.
So
Per
then,
rank. Oh, so
so then it sounds like they're even saying that it's almost more desperation.
oh, and instead of life doesn't give you more health. It makes you take that much less 5% less damage. Oh, they're ranks too. So now you get 25% more for each chaos infusion you have. You get 25% more attack, which doesn't sound bad at all, actually.
Yeah, so, well, except for the fact that you have to cast spells to do that. So I guess
yeah,
unless
when
you're-
you manually cast a chaos spell, all of your monsters have 25% more attack. That sounds like a great plus upside to casting a spell.
So I think that you're looking at it wrong.
Hey,
I think
right.
it sounds like Spellweaver is...
I get it. Root,
Color Blast is more a...
Gimp.
Yeah.
Root?
A way to add one more thing to the class.
When any of your creatures manually cast a spell, they decrease the enemy stats by 1% for each chaos infusion you have.
They decrease what?
In all enemy stats by 1% for each chaos infusion. So if you start spam casting chaos,
You can
it doesn't do
tank
much
your
at
stats.
first, but enemy stats will
Wither.
increasingly. That's weird. I assume that it's just to have with not chaos. Oh. Death spells.
One more Mimic and I can summon a Mimic.
Oh. What?
What?
After any of your creatures manually cast a spell, enemies are inflicted with 1 random debuff as long as you have a death infusion. Plus 1 more random debuff for each 3 death infusions. Okay, so
So I think that you could definitely make something with it. You just need to now
death,
think of it
no,
under
don't
different
cast
circumstances.
death colorway. Because that's 4 debuffs, but you get a random debuff for every spell.
Mm-hmm.
So no. Oh, is Color Wave a trap?
Well, Color Wave, it sounds like, is just poorly balanced, and that the rest of it is what is supposed to be used.
Your creature spells are 25% more potent for each time your creatures have cast Color Wave. Ha! Ha! That's a big mess. Where's the... Oh, there's the one. After your creatures have collectively cast Color Wave at least 5 times, they can cast it for the rest of the battle with no infusion cost.
Yeah, that sounds complete. Like I said, it sounds like the Color Wave aspect is just really poorly balanced.
Right, but no. Just the more spells you manually cast, the more disruptive each of your spells becomes.
Yeah.
Like just your normal spells. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
your
has...
standard.
And the main that's manual cast is completely reasonable given what this would do if you didn't. And I don't know why your name doesn't have Rift Dancer in it.
There are quite a few creatures where there's like one or two that are unusual compared to the rest of their group. Okay, I think I've summoned all of the ones with times. Okay. So I can get my mana.
So yeah, mind you, still, accumulating manual casts is a bit trickier. Unless you can, like, make it so enemies don't get turns. But if you can do that, haven't you kind of probably won?
I mean, I did a lot of manual casting. It's just I set it to macros. I just had all of my spells, and then just the macro would cast the one that had the most charges down to the least, and then with...
Can't be them as a limit. Because then I kind of actually want to try spell. Now that I understand that you want to just accumulate more and more and more and more infusions.
I mean, that doesn't matter anyway, because you don't have anointments.
Right, but I will eventually.
No, I think that you need to figure out how to make it useful without me.
No, then, yeah, no, I mean, right. I mean, I wish I could kind of get the Color Wave stuff onto other classes, but now I could probably manage spell where I just kind of bummed that my crazy spell cascade is... Oh, no. It's an opportunity.
Figure out the cleric thing while I'm eating.
Numbers. Yeah, or I'll figure out what materials we still need.
Yeah, if there's stuff we still need, I can get a lot of meat.
No need of that. You're the... Okay. No, that's fine. That is absolutely okay. That's... Okay. That's No good. Brass sandwich. Oh. Huh? Oh, hell, really? I forgot you were that strong. Oh. No, so, huh? That's what it was. What do you think? Beep. Oh, damn it. 2 defensive.
So how much do we need?
1 or 2. It's looking pretty good. At least 1. It all depends on how my experiment goes, actually. It's between 0 and 2 things we need.
What's the most likely one that you...
Drone brain.
I'm guessing that it's a...
Yeah,
it's stolen
Soulfire
player.
drone. Summoning things I know is.
What's the drone brain do?
When a creature of your dominant race is healed,
All of them are healed.
your other creatures all heal it too, which is
Oh, all heal. Yeah.
is a lot less useful, but it's good and not. Could possibly benefit from a sand giant and maybe some leeches, but probably not the leeches. That's a big maybe.
You'd have to have leeching set up all the time.
Right. One of the leeches does that.
Yeah, but you're using 2 traits for that.
Exactly. You can actually finally use the Ophims we both want to use, but don't fit in many of our teams.
For casting life spells.
Yeah, mostly for this.
You have equipped. Oh, lots and lots of extra health.
So when you play your cards, optimally that's 180% more health, and that's kind of hilarious.
And then are you gonna have helmets for everyone, or what would be the best?
Probably assorted helmets.
And then we're gonna have to get a lot more. Well, I probably have enough to just trade for the brimstone.
Or we could recycle out.
That's what I mean. Recycle. You mean
Like-
use the ones from other ones?
That might, well, only if they know I have traits.
Yeah, I was gonna say they all have traits.
Oh, there was a problem.
What?
3 of the materials I need you have. 1.
Trait materials?
Yes.
Well, like I said, the main reason to keep them is if I come up with something that works really well. Because the other thing is, if you can figure out which creatures they're for, then I can just work on getting to where I can assassination for them if I have to.
I know that, thankfully, the Soul Player drone you have an A rank in knowledge for.
Yeah.
Most of I think I'd give you a grocery list or something, but that feels kind of rude also.
That's fine. Send me DMs of whatever things we need. That's totally fine. Because I'm going to the candle to get cards because I don't have any other goal. But if I need to use the candle to get to S rank in something, I can do that too.
I also end up falling back on salamanders again. That's funny.
Salamanders are a really versatile class.
If you want to cast.
Or race.
And a lot of things to do. Your character's a wizard.
You just have to make it a life type salamander.
Yes, I want everything to be life type so they can equip 30 life gems.
Yep.
Without the help of all. And I also might want to throw in some sphinxes if we can get some because if you're already going all one class and you have